Did Australian Special Forces commit war crimes in Afghanistan? A recent report has unveiled the unlawful killing of 39 Afghan civilians and prisoners by Australian troops. Stationed there to combat terrorism, these soldiers are now being accused of unleashing their own terror.
That distorted culture was embraced and amplified by some experienced, charismatic and influential non-commissioned officers and their protégés, who sought to fuse military excellence with ego, elitism and entitlement.
Junior soldiers were coerced by commanders to execute prisoners to get their first kill, a process known as blooding. And troops also competed to score the most body counts. Their superior officers created a warrior-like ethic which left no room for questioning orders. And the result?
A young man is captured. He seems to be unarmed. Do you want me to kill him? The soldier shouts at his commander.
Craig, no! Craig!
There are shots. The prisoner is dead.
19 soldiers will be investigated for the unlawful killings. The inquiry also found that the elite troops invented stories and planted weapons to cover up their crimes.
After the killing came the alleged cover-up. Sources have told ABC Investigations that the same gun, an AK-47 assault rifle with teal-coloured tape wrapped around the stock, was then planted on two of the dead men, and the bodies photographed with it.
The killings are thought to have taken place from 2005 to 2016. The Inspector General of the Australian Defence Force called it possibly the most disgraceful episode in Australia's military history, but stopped short of calling it a war crime. What does the International Criminal Court say? According to their definition, it would definitely fit a war crime. And one of the most shocking details was that these soldiers were supposed to be Australia's most well-trained and disciplined.
The shame brought upon the entire country by a few bad men from our military's special forces is a brutal truth Australians now have no choice but to handle.
The 4-year-long inquiry will shock not only members of the Defence Force, but also members of the wider Australian public.
The report has refocused attention on the nearly 2-decade-long conflict. Peace talks between the Afghan government and the Taliban remain stalled. And there's further uncertainty after US President Donald Trump ordered a scaling down of American troops.
President Trump ordering a drawdown of troops in Iraq and Afghanistan by January the 15th, just 5 days before he's set to leave office.
But Australia's approach to investigating misconduct by its troops lies in stark contrast to the US. US investigations generally target individuals, and unlike Australia, almost never an entire military unit. While there have been many accusations against the US, few have resulted in investigations. Take the use of drones. According to the US military, more than 7,000 bombs and other munitions were dropped on Afghanistan in 2019. That averages out to 20 bombs a day. The number of victims remains unknown since most of the attacks took place in remote areas. When there were reports of civilian casualties, the US military conducted site inspections for only 16% of the cases. And when the International Criminal Court attempts to investigate allegations of war crimes in Afghanistan, here's what happens.
Donald Trump has meanwhile authorized sanctions against International Criminal Court staff investigating possible US war crimes in Afghanistan.
And it's not only the US that may be hiding its shoddy war record. Afghan rights groups have called on the UK to investigate allegations of unlawful killings by British Special Forces, but uncovering potential abuses by the military could have consequences. Just ask Australia's public broadcaster ABC, which had to welcome some unexpected guests.
Fast forward 2 years. Instead of dealing with the allegations in the Afghan files, as they are called, Australian authorities are focused on shooting the messenger, if you will. On Wednesday, police stormed the headquarters of ABC to seize emails and other documents.
The case involving the 19 Australian soldiers is expected to be a long, drawn-out legal battle, but it may put pressure on other governments to uncover potential crimes by their military. And this elite Australian unit's killing for sport mentality may just be the tip of the iceberg.